Yakabo my yedi a free medical screening bro May first to be an himself holiday unko baby yesra for when it's a DLFM your premises Samson a Wisconsin International School nabo modiana basho ni peduanim na hu yare a help onom cry si afinim no see I sabia poda into bomodien na ye free medical screening for hu be gym na basho ni peduana doctors for nchirel near koso ewo ayewu ni peduanim
Sansuna numere ye kanfo DLFM afrafo nkobomku ene ye de amawom wanum yankobomku a wata yem papa Charles Kodwofosu aka Daddy Lumba dwumade nyina kirem na nkobomku yi womnye wode omudie nyina ne sem ye papa Daddy Lumba na nyomoto mo tekire na afensu radio station de adaso eye DLFM 106.9 wanom eta dwumade nyina chi a ekoyi mo de pesa bia no manam ebi ewa monone ene ebi so omanga na wa mekese mbefa mmode atenasem ebe mo pum da to anom e padoma community wo kwada wo ma different prefer ho matrofo esem na fa ho ebe hye ekosuru we mu biem o ma ho matrofo na 0538 865 393 0538 865 393 bre na nyina da yemfa odom na yemfa amodom we na adwuma kwasu asense yentena sem na yemfa o ma adwuma kase bo no e ma mesom wo e dia mejeso e takwade kodwokrom twa begu de hye konkrom Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy B aka ehunsi ompene mene
Adwoa Agyei Sikapa
ya da ya ho ya ba ya de kasebo ne kire wankasa ebeto aso e de asomo
DL News.
It's official. DLFM 106.9.
Yamamo akwaba Afrika siabono enchiremu enien Meka sei achachirafo a aban efom abanda de twamui efom adwuma echiremu am efiti mra abanda da no efom adwuma no bepem samra me no kase no enya de mbosu maketua no etimi aba omu chiremu se debi se de yekono ni mama ya den ye pa ne senti wanom asha sa yo kire ne echiremu am omohwe aban yanim ekopem eye kotonima abosu de yanim de tosu nsia school for no bebie na mom se enkopo ya adom na se omu bie na saban entontom kwade a ene odwugu babai yene wo made akopiem e wo classrooms akwa cha de visa sabi obi nya adwuma odi DLFM enkodwa ketua e wo bia fom evisa ba ne sa na se asisie na abamu achachefo na kase ekirem sem omadwe ho amontia se boso makon gwatwe ntamunie ena wo ma ya adwuma saa twansa nka Ghana banya hwekura mporo so maketua kakiriketekete sabi bampade bi de se sabi wie bua pampam enso bosumu du a wo monsenka entiene wo ma antia se kopiem o Ghana Education Service wo ma tan ekese wo krabo premier team o ya kira wo ma ye no enya sem kuma kram chachafo ne kase kirem sem eye September bosumu atwa mu ofempem ye ne do nuna emu no abanda fo ma dwuma so mekase na setrem aye dem de bia de dwade ba pada kofa da sem para twetwe motom ekwatena classroom e kira de Ghana fo mofra enya ntete pa na so bosumu aketua de enya de wo monsaka chachafo a kirem akase kirem am wamontena sabi enya dwuma mo bi de ho mfaso ni senti omohwe abanya nim se yakopɔ ya adna kotoni ma bosuma yekoko mi de tosu nsia du na mo nsan koma ketua se mebesi krom ha no enya sem keto mo de sem sei aso de yakase bo enim.
We are telling the government that we are college of education graduates who have been employed by the government. If we worked for 8 months, we have our staff ID. Some of our colleagues too doesn't have a staff ID. So we are urging the government to facilitate these processes. These are very crucial at this moment in time. And we are urging them that they should do everything as soon as possible because we don't want these issues to escalate. It is very bad for the institution. It is very bad for Ghana. This is a disgrace. After this picketing, I am always of the firm belief that we want to see a result at May. In May, we want to receive our salary. That is what we want. If it doesn't come, then I think there will be successive picketing. We will be coming here. In fact, when we are coming here, we mobilize funds to come here. So we will solicit for funds. We will borrow and come here until what is ours is given to us. Well, it all depends on what will happen here. What will transpire here will inform our decision. What will transpire here will give us a fair idea of what our leaders want from us. And it will give us a fair idea that if our leaders need our services or not. And so whatever that will transpire here will inform our next decision.
I've not received my salary for 8 months, getting to the 9th month. My name is Enquires. I'm a newly posted teacher from the College of Education. I had my appointment in the first August. I assumed duty on September 10th. That was last year. It took about 5 months for them to generate my staff ID. Fortunately, on the first month, I saw money attached to my name on the PV. I was happy, I was cheerful, I was proud. By the end of the month, I had nothing. The following month, my name disappeared from the PV, and I was shocked. So I thought it was something, a mistake or something else. The subsequent month again, my name disappeared, and I got to know that from Enquiries from the controller's office, they said our documents have not been submitted. And I asked myself, what documents? These same documents that have not been submitted, the following month, you pay my colleagues in other regions, which is very it's very bad, it's very pathetic. I think before you vacated, we went for a teacher seminar, which they call the mental health being. Yes, the mental health being. And they told us a lot about teacher burnout, causes. And the main aspect was financial. You go to class, you know that after you close from school, you go home, there's nothing to eat. How do you feel?
And watch ana chechere fo chire mu sem yan kan fa nchire Ghana mpani 43 ene aban otia banwa su sem omosre asara hwe omaga na homasua so afenso asara hwe esika sem sen manu mo mode anya bibi fanfan wente sa pa dia ojugu ba side sua pa okrom ha de mama fraji se debi mo angasa mo che omotena se na mo amokire o made nya de o classroom akwa kire o made bi o mabre.
We are pleading on all stakeholders, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Finance, and I have to say this, the Ministry of Finance, they are trying to say something that we know is not true, that our clients are suspect. And probably they are trying to blame you or give you a bad name. We beg you, the Ministry of Finance, although our former Director of Education has affirmed the decision that he gave financial clearance to us, of which you have evidence on record that he gave financial clearance to us before he left office. So that means whatever that they are telling us is not true. That is what I have to say. But my colleagues who don't have their staff IDs, who have not received their salaries, we beg the director, we beg whoever is in charge of it to fasten the process. We are not leaving till we have our salaries this May.
Any awoti ye aya chechere fo am afei ina banda da ne fa o madwuma mekese mu kire mi sem aboswe mako nwotwe wanum anya ketua da ne kura yetimi sabe yetua ka bosum mpo ne da asen se obeye adwuma na bosom mako nwotwe wonya ketua asem we da Lumba nyom o se epantoma sika yento akase bo ne so
Yanto akase bone so na tenshi bi apagya ne mu ewe ye Ayawa so West Municipal Assembly no eye ndedey oforin so bosum ni de to so ye aduasa won finpimienu ni aduonunum ni ma chese members no abana omokoto yomato e de atia Michael Mensa Mampani John Dramani Mahama nominate ni se onembe municipal chief executive ewe honom na wa hwa na ke wose vote na ye 19 vote na emom emu nkron pe ana ye Michael Mensa etiminya ya na chese 2/3 na majority ehwehwe sen kombetimi enya se ne be yo mbeji na tum so na ye municipal chief executive na nya de omanya internal na chese ontimi ye municipal chief executive ewe honom na ndie basabasa ye ne nsem keka ekoso ewe ye assembly honom a omumu ye members ni mu che ye omobomode ha kire se nya de omani je ho se Michael Mensa yi no Mampani be nominate ni so na ye MC ewe honom sanso ana ye supporters omo support ye Michael Mensa no omo so omo so no omonti asachese we kan na we yaka wo bia kire na adwen ewe ye assembly honom we na ye Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Okulu ade adesede kese ede to assembly members na nim so momodia no mompene Mampani John Dramani Mahama ye nomination na oye no esan say ya de anema bi nti no ye ansa no Mampani Mahama eba be nominate Michael Mensa.
I mean, we had a lengthy discussion and they gave us, they told us confidently that they are going to approve the president nominee. Unfortunately, only for us to see what we just saw. And so what we have to do now is to go back to the table, re-strategize and come back. I cannot really tell. I don't know because I'm not there with them. So, I mean, that is how they're saying that fear delegates. When they look at the fans he got when after addressing the people. So I don't know what really happened. So this is the time we have to, because we told them to make amends with people. I mean, they may have felt that they are offended, and so that all these things wouldn't happen, because this is the first case and president nominee was rejected. So like I said, we'll go back to the table, re-strategize and come back. And the rest, we are still talking to the assembly members. I mean, some of them are peeved. They said this person did this to me, this person did that. And so we are telling the nominee, I mean, it wouldn't take anything from you, even if you know to beg that person. It wouldn't take anything from the person. And so that is exactly what we have to do. If you think you have issues with the assembly members and the government appointees, go to them, plead with them to give you what they have to give you. So that is all.
Eni ya uti ye Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Okulu.
Yanto aka semose yenko PMM. Ewa toye etifedo mantam ne mu mekira Western North mantam ne mu. Na nkrabato di aka sebo pono so echire misem. emebuna wonom ewa dwaboso akasa echiremam wonom entumi ntrase eyen hwahan sama Chinese fo China fo enfo mukrom emechire Ghana fo de enye okrom enti ade hye nam kwati kwan so etu galamse ese wonom nso wonom mfudie ena ma atena ye ne sente ne o makwache so no mata wo mo pa wo mpotem hono ma enye asem kuma kram ne mebura mkoko pa ne echiremam adenti na betena manganam masabi obi firi ne krom ababa sai na atena ye akire o mangana de enye okrom na sabi Ghana betuma akopiem wo China akotu galamse asa wo munsu ana mebunu yichiremu sai sana motu ekoso makato mobodwo so na mobo akram wono muka sai na mose yanka nkira Ghana mpanifo se moteten kran bosumudu a mojima katia kama afenso munum supa enti omontrase na China fo mesa wo munsu nyina mfama wonom na mapo moden enkodan sense mana mebunu chemse da bidda we di alata mamman enya de ombaye oni senti ena China fo nsabe empanifo se sensu obro wakase bro na nkase petepete me ho omaso ye hyiye pa odwabo so ne potema na nya sem kuma kram na de shena gase etim so makwaso atata Chinese fo ne za kwapem so mu nyina dase betu ewo dwabo so enne potem no panipo kasa de be mebonom ne den ede eye ne din nana agyemai prempa kasa ekiremu sem yanka nkyere Ghana panifo de sabe untumi ntrase emfa galamse fo mehye dwabo so ne potem enkyere mo so munya adwuma wo mra mebu na mo ho no mumpo enya galamse ne binto wa munya adwuma na China fo ese mu so nti o ma sigina yesem yanka nkyere Ghana ban wo mka biom titiri osofo no no hwe o man Ghana yakwaye na afin so atena yes o sem so manya bia mfa ho pa de ne dwabo so ne potem de se China ne besi wo ne mo de asem goyi ebinzi do makoso atata mkopam se o mo ntaze o mu so no mapom den enkoda asem wo de sem sei aton central for enim
bi koso e wo dwabo so mantene mu a mabu e wo kunim eni kuma de hye no ye ti ase esa se Chinese fo bi ba bi na Ghana fo ye bi before so most time na ye e pani fo bi bi ta chire ba jima Chinese fo a mo ba ye o mo ba no o mo ba ye ti ase se o mo ba fo kunim mabu eni mu nipa na ye bi man an ko ba ne sa omo ye company for na so mo tell kwa mo fa so mo ye adwuma no omo de chemicals bi ni ade bi enso e fa benzene matter omo ya ekogum e company for mane omo so mo be ye ho adwuma ya ante ho asem bi omo be ma kro no mamunu omo aba na da bo kro na ye no omo nya he e boy e company for na mfinti ama pinche aba adwuma no enti ne ye gina mo fidie yi so e di warning kese asa warning no enye se ye di anu se ne be ka be Chinese ni bia sa panifo no be feel say bread aboso na bra be di kroni nya na be ma kroni menum chemical nu boni su boni na ha ni amane mra ne de ye nti ase mo sa panifo no so amota chire na mo hihye Chinese fo ku gwa na mo gigi sika wo mo nsem so mo mra sa mo monte ha bi mo ti ba bi na mo nu musupa na mo ta wo machi na mo do mo ba so mo meye ne ye ko fuo mu ne ye ma ne ye mu nya ye de ye nti ase enne nti ase
ene a woti ye eye mebuna wonom ewo atoye eye etifedo mantam ne mu ewo dwaboso no peni odi mebunu yanim ekasa ye no ne din edinana agyemai prempe nene ena woti ye
Yanto akase abone so no man peni dada abedi ekire sanso no 2 franka edema MPP amanyoko no ewo mfimpi mienu ne aduonu nan abato enum ye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ede adesrede asronko ede akwama ye party supporters so amofo bone efenchewom ewo abra na eye man peni dada na adodanko akufuado ewo abamu ne sanse eye niama bebre no mo ye na emo mo hu ne so mo ye mfonso nsu bebre no nam so ama anhye eye supporters ni crime a dodro na ankoto aba ewo yo mfimpi mienu ne aduonu nan abato enim a ogidi pa se nipa be ye 2.1 ana manko ankoto aba no ewo polling station ho eno nam so enti no mu antimi ending kunim ewo abato enim na bra okasa ewo ye MPP for thank you to no call so eye ebnada ofowin so bosom ni de to so eye dunkno ewo eye mfimpi mienu ne aduonu nim ewo asantimantem na Dr. Bawumia di tudwa ana o che se ya de ombedi dwuma se ne be ya mfimpi mienu ene aduonu wo twene fonso mo ye no mu ntimi enye bie no ma ye party ni mu nso den
Kokoro entina said the vote ne ba na ye nyina ye hwe denti a nipa bebre ankoto entina ye share Professor Agyei National Elections Review Committee no omo wie omo ijuma no General Secretary a boss will call into the details summary the entire nipa vote no the entire uhwani nyina nipa bufuye Sema ye inform so ho ye juma mom but ye inform so bebre so ho ema nipa ebufuye almost omonkoto abano men kani nyina biom because general secretary akani nyina but me so me pese me gina men naimo party naimo gaban so naimo me say ampa ye inform so mon fan chain ye inform so nyame ya adom ena ya samba kwan a ye fa so a from so on by your best fa kwan for na ya CC near my baby
DLFM 106.9.
Ayo man penida da be de chire eye Dr. Mahmoud Baumia
yan to akase abon so yankwa so anyina mu e wa sante matenem na adehye empanimfo no wom ka biewu ma wom duase ene ne yakura e wo Kumase Metropolitan emu e wa sante matenem akase chimse se akase de wane mo wira hoye pa efrisem enipa bi enam koti kwan ema se ye dakro hono mo no ahyase etutu tese ne efundaka ene nipa oyesi omo mfre bebe ni mo no nyina da wa mekese omo kase nyina da de montene so na de hye wa maden ekokoye ye kire kase wa musie no mo kire mi se na de na asi kure mu ifisem de pa na ho na ate ne pani nsem da sese bi asieye dekrum kobene betumi akwafa ne machine se besi wo so wo dwiri diagu aba be ye ho no project o mu kire ma asem na ekoso no mo dwine ho amonte asa ne se mo maden epa kojan ko bi bobo muti o mo nsa no o mo nan ekire mu sem ena ye nchede o biada e woduase kuro mu asante mentem a na enya sem kuma kwana de hye no aba maden de adesrem e de ato asante hene otumfo o se tutu a to so menu anim se manim ya danana de akosu ehu pa efise na nanom sode na abosom no sode nsamafo sode ya ye oye na ebesi duase kuro mu ni enya sem kuma ade hye ne bia ka se ekire mu sem mika sei kuro no emfie be se duntem ene nipa bi sore yanko mutu sana moto ni bi ekwakwadwa musendi ago na so mo sore keka mo honti eno antumi amaso wono masa aka se ekire nam so ohene eni kuro mu nti obi asora de ope ene oyenti asante hire ndi ado de na wo chawani baba na keka ho na mabone yekosom ewo duase mensenem ewa santimate twantwan se sapa na abosom no sode e ewugo besi kuro mu no enya sem kuma omo de nsem sei eto de ye kase ebo enim
akasa ade otumfo chikura no ana ekoso no ade boni be ne aye sami kane no a ka santima ka tirenka hwe na wa mo hwe ade enti wo abuso afọ na ato omo butu eni na so a ka obati ase de ye mejigo obi moka abuso bi moka ento omo de hye enna so na obi adufuru penti ye mejingo ye ko ya na e bai ye se obia se mo be kore ni bia no onka bi na mo fa no kure ento de eda
ye se wotumfo a wote kokoso se duase takona kwabena eye wono ane bosom kase wona wakasa wakazi oyina no ema no se bosom ne nani abre papa se panyina wakola wo mu duase men obi asode obi aye ne wo pe denka wo ba besie atimi de pomasi ne bo atimi awura mansanyina duase kuro kase ensa mampo kase atimi ba badwi adwi nkrofo mo enan kasa adenti na se basa eti ye de sre wotumfo wote kokoso ye se apana chaw to na ya ne dia eto mefa kuro yi nomu no me kasa waduase ye nya wo hene ni kuro yi munti ana abasa
ese duase ya dampan enti dodo na dia kan se ye nya wo hene ko mesi wo hene ma ye kuro nim na duase so emfa no toma pa emfra
ne kwakura mo no ana samre mamba odi gina mum ade ma duase electoral area ne den ade eye honorable Anthony Kwaku Agyei edi mrani dia kase watwetwe nkomo na wochire musem ene yenka ncha santen na ade hwemo potem ho se sa na motu omutu no ehu pa frize sabe se wotumi tenase na atumi kotu amusie de go ma na nanom antenase anya mamrani anya amane amfa ho hwe kura na kobrane wotumi kodwiri emutu guma nipa dankase nyina pie dia na susanso na de ba ne mo hu ye party penifo antenase na nhye pa enkosente sa de aseme besi duase ne potem no ebese na oman Ghana kure
from 2011 2010 and you say nipa bi ye adwuma wo ye eti yetu wana mo e ma ba bia che de enkata ko bia ye record ye ko ba fo suman kwan ne ko bona mane ye tu ana mo bebre ena nipa ye breaki wo ena de ye da ma de chia ye hu say ye sama mpo aka no mo de machine grader adwu eho nyina ama nipa nkase nyina apiepi ye hu bi da wo ekromo eti ena o man no nyina so de say saa ne ye na akoso no
yet me international. Ye pesa amasa nyina ate ye ne na ba bia ebedu bia ye be hia amoa bia ye betuma sisa ade no kwa. Eti ye besere se obi a o wo moa bia obetuma boa ye bia omo mra no omo ema boa ye. Bia na da bia ye bia eti be enkoso wano ema ye.
DLFM 106.9.
Eni a woti ye aya assembly member Adwoa electoral area ne den Nyamfo Anthony Kwaku Agyei nene ena woti ye yentoa kasebo no eswem na meka se no oman Ghana de ensam ne de dos ye pam na kopie mu ewa futu ne mpotem a enya simkuma ena no meme ne atwa mu ya wade chenchenche bi koso okrum ho ma ye na pantoma na ne nyina ne sem owura bia ne den ede Nicholas ember na papa ya tenase kire mu am watimi ene mako miensa atimi atwempra chenchenche mu adinye pa be emfie mako aduonu ne akire 20 years empra twe ba ko pe epantoma o kire mu sana no me de atwa mu ene ne wuku adaso ye eso Nyankopon ni bon ho maden embo atimi abon ho maden atimi awade ma miensa we nyina bomba ko a awade we no emu ade pasa sabe anoma na dwumade we kɔ so ɛwɔ sankro ɛno no wɔ central region ɛwɔ Winnipeg ne Potem na wade no ɛkɔ so Salvation Divine Miracle Church ɛwɔ Winnipeg efutu mansin ma ye dwumade no na nya asemikuma kram na mran central wɔ maden ɛne opinion ni Nicholas Embereka se Davis opinion na wo secret ne yɛ de ahia sɛ watumi atena se na bɛma mu a watumi atena se awale mama akoma miensa dakro pɛ opinion na ma na moto mo ho ase na ɔsɛ hwɛ mu nim ntiame mabɔmade ne maya tena atwempona bɔtizani yamfia makoma aduonu ne akire eno bagiti bitu kwan ekoduba akoya adwuma akra meka se sika ba chimata so se ma ne senti mabɔmade ayama ho nyina de a okire mu se ade ba ko ahye ne krama ne ye ɔma we ho ade ne nyina ne se ɛma ne nyina to mo ho ase obi na adwuma kama mo nyina so tefie ba ko ase bibia koso kama ye pa ne senti awade na wawade no sasa na Ghana ma nyina te de na Ghana wade ne afo pam wa chim te sika do ɔse ne de ontumi nto de visa wa na ekoso no emu adapa na bezes opening na okwa asore ene watumi atena se ne watumi awale ma miense na ose hwe wonkenka atresem no wonkenka Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1 otirem sem emere bedu a emama komako be eye num beso ba komaka ka kire fa ye digudi kakatwe yenso na ka betu aduane ye di otirem se boshe na bam di Ghana fo nyina mommo musem fama ne vise ba ko betumi atena sa wale mama komako miense da kode asem we ni mu ode pa ode nsem sem eto nsentrefo enim Dabio now opening ye nkwasai enya sakra nya botra kra wonya botre duase for no manwi o kire no yenkodi sei
I ma bra bo mu hyeche bani dia anyi wo ina na me wo asa na motu kwan ya me ma dum na kakaba mi sem na me no nda sa won dia abada me ye wo ina bo papa because problem to wada ya oni to no mamade dama ba ko no me na wo 3 2 1 enwo de me no na nto ya che story mo to in the beginning no me DLFM into music no me mo friend me na ti mo kwa ha hakaka mo kwa hakaka mo fa binti me pere ba mo ko be binti me ka na me wa ka no so asa no beginning no say da ye easy da ya na kakanka recycle wa agenda ma mutu of da mana ya ni di ma more than 20 years na na champion na this the time ya na ya do mi no ma shi woni na so yin mi ya tinna me wa tna cha Dubai omo no mo se ba me ya boga nkofo mo keka ba me anza de me ya boga stambi se me de ma she ona me do fuma kuma me ye ntino me enjoy ma me ya no me se ako every year da me ba bi o me de be wa ma do mo sa me do be wa ma 2 weeks sa na ti papa se we na what one wa se na so odo wa also be no moto wa bo fi so in terms of mofabashe sika na de no so oboa yeah ba kono so na ba kono so mobile transfer with a small business be na ba kono so more trauma no ya net you know laundry side that I don't know you feel ko one thing me papa ma me si den nti omo me si kasi as no man na njache nti say definitely na okay self contained 6 now visitors room 1 you need to for Bible no boy Isaiah 4:1 na kenkene wona kachen yes sir the day wa sabi adi day ya beti ya kitchen da ya ni pe day ya no echete esi nti esi ande wona meka san
enye no akua donkwa no masem nim opinion ni didi Nicholas embe no kire mu sem yenka nkyira Ghana fo nyina se twese mon kenkan ya na Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1 emma be ye numbe so be ba kuma ka kire se ye pew ne sente ne ye be hwe ye ho atoa aduane adi fa odi tu ye so keke ne bɔhyɛ na yakopɔn bɔhyɛ na atimti watena nanemu awale mama koma yensa da kro pe mama nyina gya tuma asem we dijo mana wale ba ko pe eya me ya pa sika yento akase bɔ no so
Yanto akase bone so na printing service operators for the summer betudwa e dia fa ye 14.70% eye tax na omodi aba beka eye nkane abo so na omu kirema ya dia e home business ni ye papa na omu kirema nkane na nkase nyina so dum so saa ana ekoso inti adenti na dum so na nkasa no ana ekoso wo man yim na san so de 14.75% asa beka nkane abo ho na bra mo ne nsam trofo etwetwe komo na omu kirema eno na so mo niam mo didi djuma no eyade anebu akosuru ye pa na ya no mo pese o mo nso o mo nto o mo niam anim na so mo tuma na kyerese eyade o mo customers ne so eho be kiri o mtinke be ya aban eya mampani John Dramani Mahama ensha adwe na wafa ni ye na momonye bibi emfa emboa wo
it is already high because we better salaries, we better top papers and those stuff. And now electricity bill increase about 14.something%, which is like a cost of production. I mean, cost how in care what be produce another be printing, be raisy because already prices are high. Now saying increase electricity bill there. I don't think that will help. It will not help at all.
Light on some the income. And yet a be uncoming minimum say a hard drink. Any person can high, but the idea or how a say light off on some in a high, be a Waka Juma Binase, who pentama Jumana Manipanoa, not your doom cania, be a bit late in the night, and also be also wada. Omoma off for Madia, and it you be funny, sir. It's a year and to say it's economy increment in there. Increment This
is not the first time. And we adjust to it each and every time. Definitely we be adjusted to it. And they will also not be willing to because if you we increase also be also increase because when you say Jumananga Senshada Ambassa, I say it affect your business no big time.
Eni ya wuti ye eye printing service operators no mu kirema eye to asese ya beka kane ambo na ya de akosuru ye pa na no nam so mu business no enkoso se ne wo se eko
we ne ye nyina we so ene ye kenka madwen kire bi o Facebook no se ne ye mfa so mom we every master planner junior kentampo na wo kire mi sem MPP thank you to ne dia still na on course wo mu ye focus pass de tie bia no mani so ade hunu beba mpa na Ghana Oma sambeje edi free ND semenyo koni se won fimpim yenu ene eduonu nwotwe ne send visa Ghana mampani ba ida na de papa bi anhye da nkoso nchi akese enkoma Charles Oten incoming Greater Accra Regional Assistant Secretary ya dasi wesu free Kofi Parliament o kire misem o se Ghana pa de yenye serious ba kokra hu benya se benya osre ne obedi mebu nanim yenya youth obi obeda mebu nan nsem bia okwakoda adwuma no onye osre ne zesabi Burkina Faso de ni bi na mo Ghana visa de yekoso ne nko nkan kra Ghana for bread dom ochimo hwe live edi free aguna bobi kuma apaya dase pa senior Ghana ni ya ba won chan sofa na men sofa asema kakra ka ya wodia asema de dwane ade hye wo no mo wo duase e wa sentimental mum ena kwa kwa de sesa mamre yamfa anya adwuma ene sei enipa bi atumi de emfidie kwa kwesi amusieye adwiri ni nyina da emanipa da nkase egugu montene so Empenifo akase kirem se bibia nkoso ye bia na bosom ne nsamafo ne buafu Mamade nyadewa begu kro ni so ahwa na nsem besi ne nyasem kuma Ghana ne wote ne se yanya amamre ne yanya hwe ne sabi obi di mfidi akosi amusieje tu nipa efuna gu abontene to saa na aya ehun sam te sen wote ase na wonsunu mu eye wo 053450 199 05346565 hello majo
Nhyiraba
Sa Kwadwo Atama committee 11 champion me entia ni 30 seconds mejo so sak
o boy juma
me da se pa opening
na je say enipa nsuro hwi
wakotu aguo
enipa nsuro bibia wo wiase enti sade we ya omo ayi eso mugunsa no mo po himi bi e ma sa kuro no
okay
nya sa kuro no obi abe ni ope
okay
me
da se pa Sa Kwadwo Atama committee 11 hello majo wenti me nyina so facha me pa wonso betumi abo ediagramum 05340 50199 and 0593406565 65. Hello, Majo.
Mejo so offer.
Offer from now, Ujina, he say.
Oh, you said you miss more DC.
Better. Senior maintain me.
Offer, it depends on the crowd.
Eh, one wow, cream.
As a man for the big class of dance with video. Once I could do almost somebody,
No one.
Offer, where you are some for your one no home. For being to us.
That's about of film. Hello, Majo.
What?
Hey, Mama, ye.
Minie.
Mama, me yenti de ma offer for na kweyeni.
Hey. Na mo mani enter mani nton.
You.
Na ye na asase we so ye dey different. No so mo no baby no so ma say me different no.
You.
It's just something for us akro no so. Say ne obi o so mo ye no papa. The para mo koye. Asa ne bu futi ko no so. Ene dey mo pa mo ma kifanto.
You. Midasi bebre. Hello Majo.
Offer.
Oh, Kofi Mashamo Diamond City champion e ye de.
Offer mi na so say ashawo ni bedia no.
Senior, the one fast for mo odua so sentiment em akoye ni o.
Offer kromo awo. Ye di kromo na news. Ye si obi sunya ni sike egbu ni sukodi ni birthday o. Ye kan say. E mu je ye no.
Oh, ade na Ghana de bibia itimisi.
Yeah, bi mu ye bibi ti say amu di any set down na ewo.
Nwanwa.
Oh. Atom sama phone ni omundi wo fa mu ni nyame edu.
Medasi bebre Kofi ma hello Majo.
Ajeso me ya etese.
Ya mi adumo bra kwa me dodoa.
Bra kwa me dodoa.
Sa o Agyei Sikapa ho. Na ho ye pa echina beba. Echina screen no beba.
Ne yira we yira na bete ho we.
Enti bra na be hu Sikapa na mu ni nkomo hu hia pa. Why?
Answer the jibati aba and the yawe kiro.
Mate we da afọ no wa bawude mo abehwe ho kafo. Why? Ma yentiu.
Asema ye ka no. Na wo so hin jikuru wa efefo si jikuru.
Eno ni asem no wa asem member ne mpanifo awdo okuru mu.
Enti de okoto no wo so mo wa.
Enti na mampanifo no akoye oye kyerɛkyerɛ omo sra santen so meboa wo mfise de yakoso no nya de pa beboa kuru no.
No you tell you show wo no mutu ko ju wo mu gu ko pesa masa. Hello.
Ghana no.
Ayo ki ko mo for no mutu ano mo wa.
Okay. Mate matepa esika bra kwa me so chia.
Meje so.
Better papa no. You. Osu betimi aba 0534050199 0593406565. Hello Majo. Hello. Yeah, good evening senior. We didn't maybe akasa free.
You know fa.
Yeah. Akati this year
and mo pa ompa you say hu pa o. Papa say ni pada sani. Obi a owu ye kwa owu akwa fa so wu ye kwa no say na wo ye sie no o ma ne ndadi. So tell no kwa kututu ni na to. How ka se pa no mo dia makumo fo no.
Anya se mkuma.
Dia kwa ndo mbe sanfondo kumo fondo mbe faso no. Ubi so dining so timi gwa munda.
Better papa no. Yada asipi nyame nchira pa senior. Hello Majo.
Laptani.
Odofo ba na misaka na numre.
Obi nati kodiabe.
Champion. Mayente wa numre dia sie ni.
Dia sie wa. As or how pa na mudiama o mabusia no. Anything memfo na mo okumo because say even so ko esie na ko bo na. Na so ko you be na nkasa kwa. Wo so bo na no bi.
Okay.
Bo nchen na odi gum ani nema no gum. Ye gun sansa na moja no makata sansa moja no.
Okay.
Na we mu di machine akwa kosi ho. Woni mu say o how na mo dia ma mo obusia fo ni o ma akroma no nyina. Yo.
Medasi be senior, medasi pi. Mami family last call aye. Hello Majo.
Yeah, ja papa.
Odofo be na me ne kesese edunie.
Ja. When say tuya point.
Champion yete wo kache.
Oh, be cho ja.
Ya da nyame ase de en fase fo na koye ni o.
Onu che di kan ebi ni o.
Enu ni asem no.
Awu che enne no ya jam meburu no bia prama no. Mrs. Yanhwe ni yo by 20 years come no. One sha Enquires ya ba no ye sebi ye nyi ni papa kro maso man no.
Den.
Because human rights no say ansan ko fa human left eja ebe ha.
Ebe ya se mfo rampa.
The only say edu baby a inter man focus so jaba no.
because na youth na eba no ya so den because na yenti obi ba na mani cha de nyina ba because ene obi wukura how we see the pakura no ya na air time nti mpenifu ya someone sorry na Africa na Ghana enya amamne no medasi nya minshira mo ne jepa mo bo
mesu medasi pi brase du nya minshira pi we na kase ebo ne gina we so na ye de esiri ya ka se yankopɔ ya adoma e kina da sikapade na bɛkɔ so ofia nom
free medical screening
bɛhwe wapo mudim we ye nye o kapra nye o sempoa wo de ane se faka na bra wo ba asa edura wo bɛ no me de bɛma wo free wapo mudim hwehwem ahodo nyina nso eye free nti bra bi wahu bra na bibia nkɔnkan na wapo mudim nkɔnkan fama wankasa na nye ahoden bo adwumaden soma busua ne yi ne ye sponsorship sa wo kondo so ba beso yasene adwumadie ne mu a bɔ moden kwan bi apɛ so fa so boy no fra homatufo adidi swing 0555274757 me say team build dem on homatufo apɛ so bɛboa na beso adwumadie na asena fra mpanifo homatufo iso 0555 no ye miensa na de 274757 na de aka ho ana 0598 966 736 0598 966 736 bomade na beso yasene yamwa na ehwe ya pomude ne mankon kan emfa ema ye nyina we na kasebo ne de si nanso we ne ya Asante Joseph James o hwe live e de free blogger eye zare no chimse DL news ne de edemu ye pa roda yase yeso ya da same comfort eye maintain Martin wo kire mi se ente nipa nso hwe wasase we su pa o hwe live we de free asama gbetre US ya da se pa si na nyame nchira pa ho fam kasebo ne de se musemufo no ye maze mebere twere se mu edema yen DJ ma de ekopie mu e wo Facebook nso kan kan afo so e beso manu ne ye mienum edi ameje so etakwade kwadwo krom toba wudi hikonkrom Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy bi mene
Adwoa Agyei Sikapa
yes also hwan na eba Adwoa
Apakan ji
ode de na eba
sports
ye ma nyina mo enitia adehye
Oya travel to agent. Why? Ask your and I don't coach us. Ask your for ya. Catalonia as coach. Ask your for ya. Catalonia as coach. Ya can't come and media for so ya no say. What are fiat for us? Yeah, as for the Lumba. And you coach with me back. Em have a problem. Em is what are some coach. Oya travel to agent.
Wukura gbe wotro melegbedra no vinyo fogbato fio wotro ya cha gamagbado megba noyin sports ye metwogbono yimenko enyu DL power sports mere kukuno wotro ya yomadana madana grona made na amesia menatwa yime radio dar DL 106 sports air dimila ye me no yime twogbono tamere kukuno ngbade radio alegia na nenogia anyami ganyobi tuobole o fa na bohuno koye Facebook YouTube bakene menga mofia mobeshe watashe ku wake sports ni bagbaji DL power sports update me kwabo fa ni gbekene ochemoko ni moko akemoko ni mofia moke radio afo DL 106.9 sports no ni small ni watashi gbekene wakeba kajo radio ebie hani ne phobia wo ni BPS sports me ni wakeba babu gbekene. Good evening to our cherished listeners and viewers watching us live across all our social media platforms. Wednesday evening we are back on your radio to bring you DL Power Sports update. So please this evening don't hesitate to call a friend to tell a friend that DL Power Sports update is airborne live now. Ebusia mami nyina we so na mema wadwo ama wa kwaba embe piem o Ghana agye atum kasafidie kese ba ko peso deal ohani nsia chiri ponkron okuada nwumremre wedu se agudie momranti yesi ankonya na agudie mu nsema wodo ayakwa hayo akwakope ede abere semufo wagibra trans wewu so aso ne sokroje entebe ni nyina waye fimini aka ede osie mu odu tiefo editie se wote ohwefo edi hwe se ohwe ne ye okafo nso no edi kase ya kan ya trans ya ye debro ya agudie mu nsema edi adanadane edi adencheche bumfumpa ewo Ghana bibrem ni broni kroso ene ya boaboa no ya debro ya turidin DL Power Sports Update abusia Tami Kuchu ya bon samane bede ya chechere ya besanimu edi egufam edi amao ebusia kamewoni emfase da kese emfama adwumaku aye from Lumba ensupa na Lumba ensupa nsu abadwama nsu ebusia emu ode emute kroje na Food and Drugs Authority ahwe ya omo ye nhwehwemu de fani ayenom ene ne edi erekoye nipaduam o Ghana no asoye aye nhwehwemu ajatum se oba Ghana na opensu ese obi anom dia eno ani Lumba ensupa enije samane se Lumba ensupa ne ye won bottle water ene ye won sachet intini opebi ano ubenya enti efiefie mu eno ana momfa nche mu fridges na monom dwumadie bia odi bia fa bisum wa hoho mo amotuntonso enensu a Ghana fo tuegu so moto na nyama ekoye na noani Lumba nsupa enti mo amotuntonso eno ana monton ensu aye no de noani Lumba nsupa na yato apetenti ba bia obi ano obenya bi ato mo amwo danso ma ne mpatem mbadam abanyame cha akache ewo Apietus Lane oben Lumba Sport no mo benya bi wona akache mo mfre no ewo 0557 349-401 ena ofankwane ne mpatemfo no yede bi aba Mama Vic akache mobenya Mama Vic ewo number so 0500-680-783 Lumba nsupano ope bia to na ne duduoma yede begu hyemu ede ama na oba DLFM ya akache ewo nkran Gbogwa Junction ya ne Wisconsin International University ena edi animhwe obepiem ya akache a ya reception oboru ababeto abayo bi o kache nse ope Lumba nsupato both bottle any sachet obegaide ubenya biato numbers awo echira obetume dia order de ana enquiries be about Lumba nsupano 0550 no abo 5 miensa 274757 0555 no abo 5 miensa 274757 ana 0577475343 Lumba nsupa ekan ho ene enwumere ye de ensam no eba na nyame ya adomo china DLFM ene adwumakuo ede eye health screening no ede eboboso enti ochina ode bra DLFM ha na yanhwehwe wapomuden no how bia ewo no na wahu na nso watu ana mona bibia aye kama ye de doctor fu akuku dam a ma bene ene eba nti ba bibia obia ochina ye health screening ewo DLFM akachi nti bra na yanhwehwe umpomu na yanhwe yale ewo ni pedua na emwa na tu ase na bibia enye fine se opese o sponsor health screening ana ope enquiries bia obetumi afre 0555 274757 0555-274757 and 0598-966736 0598-966736 Ochina health work and health screening eba so bra na be screening uni peduano na hu yare wo na bibia enya kama emfama kwabia fum e kan ye de nsam na eba DJ Omarion e de ya to Facebook and YouTube DLFM 106.9 Honsu betumi akọ na wakọhwe dwumadi ne be mi amede nsem no eba no edi ameje so no ayensu ano de hye Apakan GH the blessed kiyentie we basesia ye be hye nsem na ase ede amao
Apakan GH wode nyansa de wadiawo wo interview wo kasai wa hu brase wo radio mu kire se wo yo pa be ne wo radio mampa enti
wo ye kaje gumani ya hyense na se enanwumre dia ma ye nhyase emfam fifie ye wi ane ye de broni kroso de no ere atoa so ere ma de abusia ye nhyase emfam fi Ghana Football Association akache na pani odano no eye Kate Edwin Simon Okreko na ene no Kate Okreko nyame ahunu mobo aya na dom ema me no ka say ya appoint no as CAF second vice president na naked Okraku echo media tour ene nsentwerefo ni media houses awodo edi nkomo yensa kabe yem breaking it down in anwumre emfama na media tour ket echo no enwu nsem awodo a odi tudwa edi kan no yebisa ket Okraku say ne wabe CAF second vice president o na eden na wo kana eden kra na obeka dia fam eno se ene no oye appreciative ene no obi bia support ni bia no order say na esom ne buye pa akwanya wanyan say obeserve CAF as second vice president na we no on case because of ene while rising from GFA president to CAF esco ane wedu vice president no obeka se obro bia so abe mema na beti so abe ya kakabensem de achiro bia se dabi we no ema ne nya kakabensem ema ne hu no say oye boss
any level I say we are very, very appreciative. What I say is at the club level, at the GFA, ESCO level, and I say, and now, on my mama who quite say at the BB, I appreciate Papa Ye. And it's something that I don't take for granted at all. But me can say me a big man.
Ket Okraku ana watene kan ye bisa ket say dey no eden na waya amawadu sampempen so awadu na ket Okraku achirema o se edika no eye twedi ampo nyankopon adom ene na nwumbobro se bibia wo ye bia no twedi ampo nyankopon na nwumbobro ene na adom na nso so a enye ye da enti na bibia wadu o de aseda na de beba twedi ampo nyankopon eno achi nso adwumaden a waye as Ghana Football Association president de eno abedu bibia wadu ena afenso ne nkita hodi a oni nipa di ne dada adwumadi a odi e football mo ni nyina kan obi na CAF ehu a ene no omode sa adwumadi na mane se ondi as second vice president at the CAF.
Hard work, grace of God. Hard work because why Sebio semenye Ghana FA president say obi enteni se obi say obi wa Ghana FA to krakwana mewa nti first and foremost, no, I say FA president, and then Ejuma Waye, and I say Ejuma Oye in football contributions are Oye, and of course your human relationship with people. How are only a colleague FA president daily, and the leadership of the entity now belonging to know in this case CAF. I think but together. To offer you the chance to be considered.
Keto Krakwa Mananso yedi nkomo ewon semfo from yebisane sende no unya CAF second vice president ujumedi awudi as wafu zombie president no de ato e den na ma wudi sade se obe step down as wafu zombie president and o se ene nipa se yede wo kɔ wanim na studie na eye bebre a na ese unwu se bi wo wa ujemu e ma afofro nso besom enti otena ase ohwe baby anyankopon de ne kono won sa studie no adechi nyina no ebi bekan enti odadwene wo se ese nyame nyansa a ode ama no odi ye adwuma according to ono ana hoden enti ohwe mu ano se wafu zombie ne de ese ode to na afofro ebeto aso na o concentrate wa adwuma Ghana for de ama no say yem football yen ye eno achi nso no ukwa kafa oye ESCO member SIS second vice president odwene ho no eno se wafu zombie ne de ese ode to no obi besom na oye eno nso
say dedi kind ama me ho kwan se me say football being the president of the FA. Again, no, West Africa, me chance to serve, being the president. Then after that, may we need elections on the CAF ESCO. And then now the second vice president of CAF. Clearly, it means every day there's an add-on on demands for my time. Any may and I think if I really want to be effective, it's important for me to go according to the strength that God has offered me. My foremost priority is Ghana. I think make sure we continue on the path where we are to develop the Ghanaian game, for which reason I want to retain the role I'm playing here, but also to give some of the responsibility away to when we are available to take up the mantle, so that I can fully concentrate on the current role I am in any Ghana Bobo.
Keto Kraku Tuanen Samson Ebisanse president. And they all call anymore now, all call anymore no. And they no Ube PM our Ghana, Dodoana say Ghana, and all call anymore. Now young football and the Nyama Enquiries. Na Ghana no call anymore calf on Yandiano. If you know, Jumana way and saying, and I see a fear Jumana or or fix fundamentals of Ghana football. And Yamabia FM or Enquires or the CC Senabaya Sorono, and Yamabe Dena Yamakwe, na one ya family ya, a bear dena Sorono Yamabe, into on the Otanas and or share Jumoye, no fix fundamentals na, ono the Neniji pa, na oninu wobia, say or fix the fundamentals of Ghana football, na nia oyeno, dachi bia, a subabam faso, ama Ghana football, Emma Sani Yakaya Fufra, Omuni ono so chire bia beka ne se ono and of fix fundamentals of Ghana football.
Development has various stages, and okay, I came with a message of fixing the fundamentals, and I know say its own problems. Usually, not many people appreciate fixing the fundamentals. People appreciate consuming the end products. End products in our space, national teams winning glory. Okay, but when you want to use resources towards fixing the fundamentals, sometimes people don't appreciate. But that's what gladdens my heart, because I know, say, when we fix the fundamentals, we'll end up having a sustainable and reliable football ecosystem. Sebi, when I am gone, people will remember, say, a solid foundation was laid for Ghanaian football.
Kertia Sokraku, a GFA president, CAF ESCO member, and a CAF second vice president, and or ye media to and some Adwoa or the two Jano and ya Pekibia, ye diama bibri war, ye ba or Chrania dia kona edinina, ebe peso ediamount. Yen PMO our National Sports Authority, NSC Omakache, Mr. Yaw Ampofuankra, and a NSC boss. Na yebisane se obaye adwuma na ekosen na challenges ben and our face and I say for now challenges our face no negativity ankrofo concern more than positivity so moka ewo NS no ensem bia nya no krakra na ye kan anope o wa onyinya nya course bia dan a obi ti baabi kika nsem bia no kra edefa ono ne NS won sesa de ende ha adwene pa ya nwen papa no na yenja bone no na monso a nsem anya no kra mokeka edefa NS woni ade ne be ya munya sa de ne nsem fata.
The concentration on negatives, today I woke up and I realized that I had a lot of calls, and apparently it was about some tickets or some monies which I have no idea about. And as negative as it is or it was, it reminds you that we need to choose what we put out there, especially when it's not true.
Mr. Yawampofwankra Tuanen Samson Orituga say me busumi edi animu no May 9th no ebe infrisia polypoly eduonu na ya May 9th disaster no esie enti no NSC ede nyama bia toto akwema sa May 9th no mbe 90 bi kotoko ne na chita for beba has ene na chita for NSC mpen for ebusuya hwere omadofo any stakeholders no bia beba na oma nante na omo de atwenkrofo adwenesi so se sa abasaba yesaye ne ade ayekoso won yagoprama ne so no eda so awo se yatwe an film na sa oyene no ebi nsibiem e Ghana.
So on May 9th, as tradition demands, there will be wreaths laying. There will be a gathering of both sets of fans from Hearts of Oak, Asante Kotoko. Other clubs will join, the GFA, Sports Authority, Ministry, all stakeholders, sponsors, and children of the bereaved and supporters, or those who survived and those who were, not even born when it happened. And the media, obviously, being a very key stakeholder, will be part of that, as well as the police, another arm that was, heavily involved on that day. So we need to continue telling the story that and sending a message that violence, hooliganism, vandalism cannot be tolerated in our game, and we will continue to drum that on 24 years after the disaster.
Ne krakramono yebisa Mr. Yawampofo Ankra se nyame adoma kwasiada the big club game ebaso Ghana Heart of Folk ani Asante Kotoko Ghana Premier League match day 30 NSA enhihye ebe na waye eno se game na ebaso no bibia de da na akwan ho ewa Accra Sports Stadium na emom no popular stand na de na state no na ewom na enye enti popular stand na de omu yuso na side that na NSA e de nyama tutu akwan omu expect great atmosphere any say nipa beba na omba be shago pramane so abehwe game no say NSA crowd invitation e de akoma IGP so mna no mehwe sa game ni bi enti omo expecting so beba security nso de e be tight brutal.
You know, we had plans to make sure we get the popular stand which was not in use for the Chad game, but that's a long-term plan, and we also had interruption with the Ghana Premier League matches being played. So once again, those stands will not be occupied. But apart from that, it should be a great atmosphere. It should be well attended, minus, you know, the 7,000 up and 7,000 down seats. We're going to have a really good atmosphere. And we paid a visit to the IGP, and hopefully he would honor the invitation to attend the match between Hearts and Kotoko. So we're looking for, notwithstanding, security will be at its highest with the military, you know, with the police and all the security agencies who are responsible for a Category A match. And we'll use that as a test case and also as, you know, a recce for the big games coming up later in the year for the World Cup, where the Black Stars will feature, so that we can implement the plans that we've put in place. Finally,
Mr. Yawampofo Ankra ye NSA boss ana watene nkano Kwame Opariado ye kasamafo edema Accra Heart of Folk Boboko no na Kwame Opariado say last season almost struggle a take final game and son of survival our Ghana Premier League na this season no na omobota eba akone se sade na NCBM na so far season Enquiries aka games kakra na ba na we de obobeka say this season no oma perform better than last season. Yes, and the last season, by this time, you are almost struggle now. So this season, there, almost safe as it stands now.
If you realize that season, even though we are not done yet, we still have some 5 or 6 matches to go. We will say that it has been better than last season. Last season, we struggled to the very final game, which wasn't good for us. Yeah. So this season, the plan, part of the plan was to make sure that we don't get into that situation again. Mm-hmm. You remember last season, last 2 seasons, it was the same. Yeah. So we needed to get out of that situation to mean that you've actually been able to learn or to pick some positive lessons out of it. So that was part of our big plan. Mm-hmm. And once this season, where we find ourselves now, 45 points, not entirely excellent, but then we'll say that we've gone past where we were last season.
Oh, baby, I has pa babeduni. Say has a survival relegation, none in following season, or Omon battle for relegation, and a PRO say, Oma performing better. House of Folk penny. Hey, mobile. Baby, I has no money abedu no. Na neither kon communication team member Edema Asante Kotoko. Or see season no enye bad man Kotoko. Almost season as no more times on Beji double. On Beji Lake as a GFA Cup. So far no. O share points gap by that Kotoko ni team na only the table na. Possible ombe to Maji Lake na FA Cup no so no. Almost semi-final into double no. Still na achievable ombe to me. Achieve.
The season hasn't been that bad. Before the commencement of the season, we had 2 decisions. Mm-hmm. Let's go for the league. Mm-hmm. Let's fight for the FA Cup as well. As we saw, the 2 targets are achievable as far as we are concerned. Because looking at the league alone, the points between the league leaders and Asante Kotoko is just 3 points. Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate most of these teams, including House of Folk, got these Fala points from Israel.
Na nida ko tuane samsure bisanse nida ko kwesi adamu big game against Heart of Folk e won kran den na aka fa ho e no se so mo ne has e bo won kran dia obi anim se kotokofo fie ene nkran enti on bebo e wo mu fie na o ma hye has atoa so makoma ko enan the last 4 games o mo ne has abo nyina o ma hye Kwesiada ombesa ye ne 5 in a row. Enti kotoko supporters ni nyina nyame adoma Kwesiada momra na ombesa she has biem.
Time now unim across possible head the man will say omesha asante kotoko. So for us we are relaxed. Yes ready ombeka. Who class who call crab no be akwa ba ma we kire ha. When I say unim across you be ana. Emra Benjamin Masari Eco Black Stars no Frederick Asari Eco Black Stars aba. Currently kasa we can boast of Kamara Mohammed, we can boast of Frederick Asari. With the session of Benjamin Asari, no say Benjamin Asari no one view. With the emphasis say Benjamin Asari in the hone one view. By end say Frederick Asari no Mohammed Kamara ewo. So for us we are endowed with goalkeepers, we are endowed with defenders, we are endowed with midfielders, we are endowed with attackers. In the house of folk there, I mean, Omamonim, in terms of supporters, you can say get fees no can board in woman say we yeah man that now just say I could watara be na ade no but I can assure them say e be sense for the 5th time
ne kra no ne yedi fie no asi no Karim Wayo supporter pa die hard ade ma haso folk ono nso game aba so Kwesiada has ne kotokoro ono nso akasa o se omo de kwambia so no ombehye kotoko Kwesiada has ni impeni phone nyina ya omadwese Kwesiada ombehye kotoko nti no ye ha supporter Kwesiada brago pramane so ntem na kwambia so has ebe pekin kunibie no against kotoko.
Then you phone in my back. Abba Abesha Santo Kotoko Park, Pambiazo Kotoko Belus Park, Pambiazo, Metro de Baco said, has a Kotoko supporters in Ebo. My financial coach, Yafa team manager, Yafa person, Yap supporters in Ebo, Yaban no my park and so ma, Pambiazo, Yabarin Santo Kotoko. Send to Biamra Park, but 2 to 3 o'clock park I am a car in Masu. I rose. Be quiet, what's a missing? Be quiet and dobe, sell, you are the famous. So folk, we never say die. So folk, we are the boss.
Karim Wayo no se Kwesiada kwambia so no ombehye Kumasi Asante Kotoko yamfa fie ni si yamonito ewa amano ne ne yansore so na wo so no ento aso mfama dia UEFA Champions League semi-final first leg Endra games ko so mene okase game ekoso na Endra Bobo ku FN Arsenal tena fie England Emirates Stadium ema Bobo ku a ye fan Paris Saint-Germain every France betwa mekaba ko pew o mentumi ante second leg no ku adedi anim no ena ebetodwa wo Parc des Princes France Arsenal be kwa ye comeback a qualify na PSG for the second time on be qualify for finals ahwe so betumi agye na emre ene nkrabia ena ebe kire me no ka say another semi-final first leg ekoso ewo Spain Barcelona me no ka say abosimana enson Inter Milan ahwe kanaba kwa Barcelona entumenti ye Lilio Thuram ba a friend Marcus Thuram first minute shraw and or the ball na to atna de ama Inter Milan 7 minutes Barcelona 0 Inter Milan 1 na niebe piem bia nyame adom no chena ye ba ye de enwonsam ade beto anim na ndra me de to anim se Brazil national team no mani abre se Real Madrid coach Efene Carlo Ancelotti no on person mo fan no be coach Brazil emema national team na mom no deal no akwa bibia wo asa ye break it down na report ban say club bi e Saudi Arabia we tebri crazy bid aye 50 million euros afibia se odema Carlo Ancelotti so nja Brazil na omra embe coach wa Saudi Arabia league nim so obeko ana onko no mre ene nkrabia na beche na Carlo Ancelotti ni aye di ofi Real Madrid akọ okwa Real Madrid person mo fa Xabi Alonso edi ni fi Bayer Leverkusen ewa Germany as a new manager ni amete ene se former Man U Dutch manager Erik ten Hag no ena Leverkusen so eni abre se Xabi Alonso Madrid da omko akofa Erik ten Hag edi na ba no wa be coach oma yede enwonsam de ma Man City was Spanish midfielder be a friend Rodri na Brante ni prior cheye pa nyamencha de oye back or best started training and Man City hwe ni say few games aka na season abawe no Brante friend Rodri babe bobi ede wonsam de ama Ivan Rakitic a former player de ma Barcelona o se Lamine Yamal de Barcelona for jeje so ne time na ono Barcelona no mo the best attack in history Messi, Neymar, Suarez nanka Lamine Yamal onya bi mo bench kurebe de nse obetena eno ne nse Ivan Rakitic eri atudwabusia ye gina so ye di si na yakọ na awoso abeto aso de ama na mia menua Raman Kugbaja eye insentwireni na ose menye birthday we man ne edikan no ose ye frɛ no Aisha Abdul Hamid na nimfoni na Omarion dia to Facebook ne won feye papa Aisha Abdul Hamid o Ashaiman Katamanso na almost we more priceless, most beautiful diamond inti omo pewasem yepa on this special day no omo we show happy special birthday from Raman Kugbaja to you Aisha Abdul Hamid inside Ashaiman Katamanso na Raman Kugbaja say Aisha always show happy birthday. Another one hey you know say Raymond Osei owo eye Obuase from Abna Empress to you Raymond Osei always show happy special birthday nya remarkable birthday na nyamento nkwane na bibia nkoye amfama inshira ebroso enemra wa brabo so to you Raymond Osei inside Obuase from Abna Empress say happy special birthday. Ebusia ye de si ye ko na man na o man no ma tu no waba na odi awoso no aba beto aso edi amao Boatma Millicent Lampard ABL Maminchiao ena Richman Bio Minchiao ena Frank Amenu Minchiao Yasha Barcelona na obekasa
Apakan
Ziggy
Majwe
Mejo so bra penny
Michiao ni wetifo
etifo ajoso
si ya
Yasha Barcelona onte yana
Oh,
Inter Milan na shon bako.
Wow. Na esu ase Arsenal fo sun ye musumu die ni bio.
Dia no omo team na no odin Ziggy say ndo am ka kire.
O mesa dia mom.
Oh yeah sure.
O mesa dia mom.
Arsenal be kwa she.
Omo say party, omo say the general na oni fifi ontia.
Sa
no mo keka.
PSG midfield no so ano odin Ziggy.
Omo say enda na party enyina fifi the general ni
general beba. Inti BBC.
Omo say general bankwa dia midfield hold dia mo bia so obia nothing.
Ba PSG team no so Ziggy
award. Oh, o come out to what PSG.
Ana omo fie ho no omo ye stubborn omo fie ho.
Omo yo ma fi Arsenal fo omo ko pe bi nkotena. Arsenal emfamo. Emfa.
Ba na Arsenal uji omo dipa o.
Oh, that be Arsenal no. Some say my former colleague bi na me no was John Mark. Onu ni team no. Hey. Arsenal bobo ase won chi nipa ni free TV ni every day. Na kuma ni bibia di akiri.
Ni aye di aye ka.
Ana so Arsenal so be ba akoro. Twabe wudi shi. You sure say Arsenal.
Dabi Nhyiraba e Barcelona ni. Nhyiraba.
Ana but Arsenal for Arsenal
Barcelona for dodo na ye Arsenal for. Once Barcelona ni Arsenal born e pe. Enti dodo na e support Barcelona. Omo support Arsenal.
Okay.
Ana obi otai support Madrid dodo na support Man U. Because of Cristiano Ronaldo na dey sa odona betu teams in them. Enti nipa dodo support Real Madrid support Man U. Ana dodo support Arsenal. Support to Barcelona.
Oh, 2% Barca you remember.
O
met me try for Inter. So Barca do minimum me try you.
I friend on my for 13 minutes.
Oh, na say Barca dey want to make more goals.
On bet to my.
Inti Barca dey want to me on first say me mama correct score. Krata sam for muntie.
Sana wo ye no.
Krata sam muntie.
Can say sana wo ye no.
Correct score ene. Eh 3-1.
Barcelona 3
against
Milan
1.
Oh, sana wo call no.
Either 3 or 2-1 or 2-3. So I don't call it sir.
Na me question no here no. Sana wo call no ana.
Me call she.
Endi na unko fikasi.
Oh, they be fikasi we dey go. Me krata sabo here.
Oh, okay. Ochna health screening e baso.
Oh, baso. Baso inti holiday no.
Yes.
Me kwa chance mini first person me metre me screening me.
Almost on be member no prostate screening.
Because me kwa yare sabi ache. Me nya hu se na me de me nyare na me kwa yare sabi na me de me moje din.
Obi wa osi onyare
hospital. One day account to her obey mobo nti ochina no yesre we dey free. Na dey na evidence no pay kra no. Doctors sleep and for free hospital when buy. No mo kire say. O me say mo adro free kra ka ho. Oh.
Into upon screening ni nyina echi no. O me say ma wadro free.
No one do so. Obe screen free.
Wow.
O me mo adro free. Eno so ba o 30% discount. What say what beba ene no ochina no me adom ochina what beba dwumede ni bi no. O discount 30%.
30%.
E fi ho ko no so wo bo hospital ho a sa discount no What is a big
juma?
That be a hospital be a also.
Enti say oba health screening no china if you are start to call hospital one
30% discount.
30%.
Asana no so no. Almost our platform be. I'm be creative. I'm creative platform na say across a personal doctor. We bring access to that personal doctor. Bibi obey you to the doctor no cry chat.
E di won komo. No
one free now peden.
Opeden. Baby wa ko health screening kra duro kra mo ma wo but aha no ye be ma wa duro.
Health screening bi am ko kra krata kra beje kra situa.
Yes situa. Aha na free. Na all ka bibi no ka say ya papa. Enya sa akonya no se no on fa hye ono nko ane ho. Dabida.
Eso ni na tiefo ene na dofo e be che se no ma ye de ba di o se obi anso feeling o pe na pe den
o chena betina fia ye den enti zigi wa ye adwuma saa o chena pe o tu adwuma mu de be hwehwe wa pomudi ana ye den
me see minimum
no chena pe wa nkwa adwuma na o be hwehwe wa pomudi den
na fufuo bia omo ye adwuma te se me gidigidi
ya pro pe e kan wo to wa wo ko
me see ana me mo example no me see gidigidi ope omo pesika guo sika wo bi within just 1 week no eja
sika ni
mama kan mama ni ho am ko shia okolebu mesraw nti wachina mesraw
be hwehwe wa po zigina ka kire wo
me na me ka kire
wo me so me ka bi
a kire wo me mituam
yes
na ocha me so se fia de wa nko
ochina me kwa na me kite o Marion intenta ma me do Marion ko
me ma no
prostrate ochina obia o Marion obia be ma bia fiba
hepatitis B no
obia be hwehwe ne prostrate
why ni na be check wa because cha me select phone omu no mra dwumadi
yes
amasi phone ya se ni o ma na
yo
oba ni show na ni da so ho mo bia no
e ho na be fia na nwum tia lai o Mario mo ni DJ
o Mario ni so tie mi a o cha o Mario benya ge ti be sra do tia e bo ni
o Mario ni yiri tie me nko pa asem ma o Mario no on pe no asem mo ni yiri tie hwe no wa nko pa asem ai dia wifi
bi tia ti wa kire tie fo yesra mu a o kira dwumedi ne be koso e wo e ya dia
ya wa enfa
na me pato ma direction no tell me ba ha nche
nti me nkire direction
no mate fa de say me free ebia mountains ana me free ebia dodowa ana me free ebia so menya aha me free fa say mountains ha ana so menya ho e ba aha me kwa ni say ma direction
ka na wabesi e wo Madina say o ka no e kwa Accra dia ubesi wa Atomic Junction but say o ka na e ba Madina o de si wo Madina usi wo Madina fa ka e ko dome na si wo Wisconsin
faka economy
na
say Medina ho kra taxi rank was Wisconsin ka ho
Wisconsin yes
and I no be na me fo buy
into there kasa wo ko Wisconsin obi abeche odu Wisconsin animu na bi so obi asa wo ko DL
na e ho pono say e be bi ho e be wo DL ani ana DL so any Wisconsin so e bo anim
wa obeti nwom no say suni ade
ti DL no ya hye nwom no ye bo ni e bogum ko Wisconsin o ho ne be bo tent no
yes
it wa china de me pacho
bra
DL opa kasa agbogba mo say agbogba junction oh erade
enti no mo de mo amufi Kofodua mountains and so many ni areas ne ba no wo de say o ka ne ba Madina udu Madina biso bia say o ko Wisconsin agbogba junction Wisconsin on be ma o ka
mo amu su go map no so no bo ayi DLFM shem o bo na shem bo Wisconsin shem e be ba straight
and am amu be si wo Atomic Junction no wo di wo si wo Atomic Junction
no rest station
fa ka e ko ha cho na ka se obesi wo KFC
KFC
o mu si wo
KFC ka so si KFC
a ka se wo ko DLFM e just 1 minute walk away
and in the training no
exercise
so faka obetia nanti
yes and am amu fi nsawom ne ade e ba ne ade nyina no nsawom kra de obenya Madina ka enti wo fu Madina ka won nsawom a si ewo eye KFC agbogba junction KFC na wa ba cycle fo ne ade nyina wo de ka so ko Madina si wa Atomic na fa ha chuka na si wo KFC agbogba junction ti o china
de yeshia because me the name the kra ni sa 30% no
yes
30% no almost only on the service almost lab ho no mu ram lab almost some special labs bi ya omo but ni na no can boarding but 30% na be more ya it was only bracket can be 30%.
Yes.
When they be ochina no, we dey ochina be boa won. Da go come hospital ho bia no.
E be ye adwuma
30% ya dey keto o.
Ma ya ma
5,000. Na say 30% free ma. E so won say 500
500 e ko